Oops. This is how we really start.
For the brand!
What is going on, guys? Thank you so much for joining us right here on Outside the Brand. This is episode 260 for your Monday Night Raw post show on October 10th, 2022. I'm your host, Phil, and of course, this is Outside the Brand. Thank you so much for joining us right here on your Monday nights. Wherever you may be. There we go. This is way better mic quality than my actual than my actual laptop mic. But guys, thank you so much for joining us right here on OTB. This is your Monday Night Raw post show. The season premiere of Monday Night Raw happened tonight, and man, I have to say this. Monday Night Raw felt like a Raw after WrestleMania tonight. It just felt so special. It felt like a show that you just could not miss. There were so many moments that happened tonight on Monday Night Raw when it comes to obviously them showing the Bray Wyatt return from Extreme Rules. That I didn't really like so much, and I'll explain why. Um, but yeah, this was just a great show. We had DaGeneration X celebrating their 25th anniversary of them existing. I am 24 years old. I am 1 year younger than DaGeneration X. That is insane. That is absolutely insane. And you know, the biggest moment that I feel that happened tonight on Raw is that we have a new United States champion, and that champion is now Seth frickin' Rollins. Seth Rollins won the WWE's United States Championship after defeating Big Bob Bobby Lashley from the attack that happened to him earlier on in the night. And that, my friends, was Brock Lesnar. Brock Lesnar officially came back to Monday Night Raw tonight, and he just went right after Bobby Lashley. He not only F5'd him once, not twice, but 3 times. Seth Rollins then coerced Big Bob, Bobby Lashley, to defend that United States Championship by calling him, you know, a disgrace to the United States of America and to the United States title. He obviously did not take too lightly to that. He went into the ring, he got into the match with Seth Rollins, and he lost the United States Championship. Now, Bobby Lashley is challenging Brock Lesnar to come back to Monday Night Raw next week for a face-off, face-to-face, and we will see where that goes. It was originally scheduled to have have Brock Lesnar rather take on Daniel Cormier at Crown Jewel. That does not look like it's happening anymore. It looks like we're going to be getting Bobby Lashley versus Brock Lesnar, a rematch that happened at this year's Royal Rumble event, and it's going to be a lot better. It's going to be a lot better of a match. We are going to get Bobby Lashley his win back, and it's going to be a way better matchup than what we were going to get with Daniel Cormier versus Brock Lesnar. I really do believe that. And I think Triple H knew that, and I think he changed it on the fly. So we are going to be getting that. Seth Rollins is the United States champion. I could not be more proud of the guy. The guy has been absolutely deserving of a championship over the last few months, hell, even years. And the guy now has the United States championship to just hold around his waist. And him being a United States champion, him being a champion in general, is going to be a lot of fun. And it's just going to be bringing a lot more, you know, interesting storylines when it comes to the United States championship. And I really do believe that. Also tonight on Monday Night Raw, we had a little bit more on the storyline between the Judgment Day. Rey Mysterio, he took on Chad Gable tonight, and what was a fantastic match, and we'll go over everything what happened there. But the Judgment Day made their presence known. They attacked Rey Mysterio, and after everything was all said and done, the Judgment Day, they were calling out AJ Styles. AJ Styles comes out. We think he's about to actually join the Judgment Day as he bends down to a knee and basically pleads to the Judgment Day. He says that he needs family. He hugs Finn Balor. And he's like, wait a second. I'm not talking about you. And guys, it happened. It was rumored earlier on today that the Good Brothers, Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson, were making their way back to the WWE. He said in the reports, it said that it wasn't gonna happen until later on this month. Well, later on this month actually turned out to be tonight, as Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson, the Good Brothers, showed up to help AJ Styles fend off the rest of Judgment Day. And now we are going to be having gang warfare on Monday Night Raw. The OC versus the Judgment Day. It's going to be absolutely awesome. Or, in the words of AJ Styles, it's just going to be too sweet. Right, guys? So this is just going to be an absolutely amazing story. And I cannot wait to see what happens from here on out. Gang warfare on Monday Night Raw between the OC and the Judgment Day. You could not pay me more money to get me into that. That is just going to be absolutely fantastic. Now, Carl Anderson, just like Supernova is saying in the live chat right now, he is the never open weight champion right now. And to me, that doesn't really change anything. That doesn't really matter to me. I think what is really going to be happening is he's just either going to be vacating that championship, or from what I heard tonight, we have a match already scheduled for Carl Anderson to defend that championship, the never open weight championship. And it looks like he is going to be facing Hikuleo sooner rather than than later. We do not know. Let me take a look at that tweet just real quick, because I know we have that up here somewhere. Let me get that real quick. Maybe it wasn't. Yes, right here. I got it right here. So, November 5th in Osaka, Japan, the Never Openweight Championship is going to be on the line as Carl Anderson defends against Hikuleo at New Japan's uh Battle Autumn 22 event. So there you go. We're gonna have a new open weight champion in Hikuleo. I guarantee you Carl Anderson's just gonna drop the championship. That way he can be going back to WWE full time with Gallows, and it's just going to be that much easier. It's just going to be fine. It's going to be simple. It's going to be quick, and we're just going to get that out of the way. I think that's going to be a great opportunity. I think Hikuleo, whatever he can do with the never open weight championship, that could be for him. But Carl Anderson is now back in WWE. That is where he resides now, and that is where he should stay. Monday Night Raw tonight was great, and I think the 25th anniversary of the stable of DaGeneration X was pretty solid. I am only just disappointed in one reason and one reason only. Barclays, Brooklyn. What the fuck? All you had to do was do something about daddy ass, or just do something with scissors. Come on now. Billy Gunn is a part of DaGeneration X. Corey Graves, he did mention it a little bit, saying that I think he's doing something with a little bit of office equipment nowadays. I get that reference he was trying to do there. He was trying to do it subtly. Listen, the crowd can do whatever the hell they want. I wanted some kind of scissors reference. I wanted some kind of daddy ass thing. They didn't do it. I was very disappointed. Now, we'll talk about the Bray Wyatt stuff, because the Bray Wyatt stuff, I wasn't really too happy with the way that they kind of handled that tonight. I wanted Bray Wyatt to be out there. I wanted Bray Wyatt to talk. I wanted to see Bray Wyatt for myself. All they did was show the return once again that happened on Saturday, and I'm not really all about that. I'm not about that at all. They showed a QR code which showed pieces of a puzzle coming together, which was the new Bray Wyatt logo. I like that. Then, we just cut to a video that happened before the Sami Zayn and Riddle match. And it was saying uh, revel in what you are. That was a pretty cool video, right? And that was a really cool video to see. In that puzzle, though, there were there were letters that were symbolizing a date, and I want to get that right because I need to figure out what it is. So, okay, so it showed in the puzzle, it showed J, N, and V, and those represented apparently the letters of the alphabet and where they're positioned in them. So J is the 10th letter of the alphabet, N is number 14, and V is number 22. 10, 14, 22. Bray Wyatt is coming this Friday on Friday Night SmackDown, which is cool. I like that. I like that he's coming to Friday Night SmackDown. But why? I guess we're gonna find out on Friday as to the reason why he's coming to SmackDown. But I'm just trying to figure things out here. I want him in the ring and I want him speaking. I want him to talk to us. After everything that this man has been going through, the man deserves to talk in front of the live crowd. The man deserves to speak his mind in front of, the audience. I want something to be done. And I want this to be treated special. I want this to be treated so special that, it's just something completely different than what we've seen from Wyatt in the past. I just want this to be treated as a special event, and I really do think that Bray Wyatt is that special guy that can carry this company for the future, especially with his creative mind. I just want this to be special. That's all. Another thing that happened on Monday Night Raw tonight was we had a little bit of a video package showing Elias is coming back to WWE. It's Triple H, so I'm waiting and seeing when it comes to Elias. Because honestly, Elias, he didn't really do anything for me. He didn't do anything for me in the last era. He didn't do anything for me in the last regime with Triple H. He didn't, not Triple H, with Vince McMahon. He doesn't impress me all that much, honestly. I think he's a perfectly okay professional wrestler. I think he's okay there in that department. But I just really, he just never gravitated towards me, and I just really honestly, I just don't care. I don't care about Elias, really. I don't care about Elias. I don't care about him coming back, and we'll see where it goes from there. But at the end of the day, if I'm not really going to be caring about it, it's just not for me. It's just not for me. So we'll see where that goes. But yeah, guys, Monday Night Raw tonight. New United States Champion, Elias return, Bray Wyatt stuff. We got the DaGeneration X Celebration. It was a pretty dang solid episode of Monday Night Raw. It felt like a real good Monday Night Raw after WrestleMania. I think that's just going to be an absolutely fantastic, you know, next few weeks as we head into Crown Jewel, because Crown Jewel is our next WWE pay-per-view event, and we will see where things go from there. I love Rollins winning the United States Championship, and I think it has a lot of possibilities. Because let's face it, Bobby Lashley versus Brock Lesnar Part 2 at Crown Jewel didn't need a championship. The first one didn't even need a championship, but they involved the WWE title, and that's where Brock Lesnar won the championship. I It just doesn't need a championship, and I think this is going to be a lot better off than what uh, it was originally when we were supposed to be getting Daniel Cormier versus Lesnar. So I think we're going to be okay there. and we'll see where things goes. But guys, we're going to be talking about everything that happened on Monday Night Raw tonight, and however long this takes. I do want to kind of end it early tonight because I do kind of just want to rest for the rest of the night. I am really fatigued as of late. I don't know what it is. I just really need to. Um, I it just something's up with me, and I don't know what it is. I think it's just uh, I'm thinking I'm just really fatigued. That a lot of stuff happening with TikTok, a lot of stuff happening with me personally, and doing the podcast all at the same time. It just really gets draining for me, and I just need to take a little bit of a rest. Um, I just need to refresh, right? So once we get done here, I'm just gonna be relaxing for a little bit. We'll see how I am for tomorrow for Tuesday's talk. I do want to do a Tuesday's talk tomorrow, though, and I want to talk all things Bray Wyatt because Bray Wyatt is a topic of discussion right now. I think Bray Wyatt should be the only topic of discussion for right now when it comes to Tuesday's talk, and I want to get people involved. So I'm going to be contacting some people to come onto the show tomorrow and just talk Bray Wyatt, see what we can dig, see what we can figure out, and see what we can really do when it comes to just digging ourselves into this a little bit deeper when it comes to Bray, because Bray Wyatt, he's just that damn good, and we should be talking about a guy that is just that damn good. So we're gonna be talking about Raw. I want to talk about Raw, but before we do, I want you guys to hit that subscribe button, turn on the bell for all notifications. You guys can also hit that like button as well. I want to see none other than 15 likes on this video. Okay, 15 likes minimum on the video tonight. And guys, go follow us on social media. All the TikTok links are down in the description below. You guys can follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok at PhillyMatt underscore. That's practically every single platform that I have. PhillyMatt underscore is where you can find me on basically all social media platforms. Go get the merch, bonfire.com, the exclusive home of Outside the Brand and its merchandise. You guys can go get any of the OTB merchandise right now and just have a little bit of a blast with that. And finally, if you guys missed anything on the channel over the last couple of weeks, go to the homepage and check out anything that you may have missed. Also, the playlists that are on the channel for the 2022 OTB episodes is officially updated. I just updated it today, and we are up to date. I had to put this video into the playlist once it's all said and done, once it's all published and everything like that. But once this is all done and published, I'll put this into the playlist, and you guys can check out any of the episodes that happened this year in the year 2022 in that playlist. We got a lot of videos here. Obviously, 260 episodes. I had to put it in at least some kind of consistent, format. I have OTB from 2021, so if you guys want to check out anything that you might have missed last year, go check it out. Anything you might have missed this year, you guys can go check it out. But yeah, it's just a lot of fun getting things all ready and set to go. And tomorrow will be Tuesday's talk, so stay tuned for that. Obviously, Wednesday is Dynamite on Wednesday. We'll get Friday for Friday Night SmackDown. It's going to be a lot of fun. So, guys, stay tuned for the rest of the week right here on OTB to get the latest and greatest on all things professional wrestling for AEW and WWE. All right, guys, let's get right in to the Monday Night Raw post show only right here on Outside the Brand. We are here in New York, Brooklyn, New York, at the Barclays Center. And like I said, the crowd tonight felt alive. The crowd tonight really did feel alive. DX, they started off the show. They started and end the show, but they started the show by persuading Triple H to try to get out there. with them right now. Triple H tells them that he has his own thing that he has to do right now. He has to run the show, considering he is head of creative. He is basically the head of everything right now. Um, but he says, listen, you guys can go out there, have a little bit of fun, just no cursing, all right? Road Dogg then says, well, can we say the word penis? Penis. They then continue to curse. There's like saying, "Listen, like look what you fucking made me do now." What the fuck's going on there? See this like look what you fucking made me do. All that stuff. It was just hilarious. Um, they continue to curse. Shawn Michaels then points out, uh, he, he says, "Oh my gosh, look at all those cocks hanging out. They're rubber chickens. They're rubber chickens. Look at those four cocks, and they're rubber chickens." I laughed out. I was hysterically laughing at the four cocks jokes. I don't know why. Um, Monday Night Raw starting off with dick jokes on the show. I was like, oh great, what the fuck? And then all of a sudden they showed four rubber chickens on the desk of Triple H. I laughed out loud at that. I don't know about you guys, but that was absolutely fucking hilarious, and I thought that was great. Um, Triple H tells them no fighting as they were walking away. It was great. It was just a great open to the Monday Night Raw. Before we got the actual Monday Night Raw video package to kick off the show. Um, it was just great. I just loved it. You know, the little antics like that, the little comedy. It's just exactly what DX is all about. So it just made sense. I loved it. And yeah, sure, the Cox jokes. I mean, I get it. You know, it's dicks, it's penises. You know, it's the thing. Uh, but you know, it's DX. What else do you really expect, right? So I love it. Absolutely, absolute perfection right there, and I just loved every single second of that. But we did start off with the Bloodline as they made their entrance. Roman Reigns starts off by telling Brooklyn to acknowledge him, like they always do. Roman says that the loudest person in the room is usually the weakest. Zayn says that Roman said that Jey Uso is his problem now, as Roman was saying to Jey that it looks like he is the weakest person in the bloodline right now. Zayn interrupts Roman and says that, I listen, he's not your prom anymore. You said that he's my prom, so let me deal with this. Roman then obliges. Zayn then asks Roman if he can solve the situation. Roman says that Jey is all Sammy's, and Zayn says that everybody loves Jimmy. Jey asks Roman if this is all a joke, if he's ribbing him right now. Matt Riddle then interrupts. Riddle says that he tapped out Rollins inside the fight pit, and Riddle then calls Roman out for a championship match. Roman declines, and Sami then calls Riddle out for a match later on tonight, and Riddle accepts. It was just a very good segment to kick off the show, right? I really did like the beginning of Monday Night Raw, except for when Riddle came out. I don't know why, but Riddle coming out here made absolutely no sense at all in the grand scheme of things. I really just don't know why Riddle had to come out there. The fact that Roman was more siding with Sami Zayn than Jey Uso in all of this was absolutely incredible. I think Sami Zayn is easily the best part in all of the Bloodline right now. I think the Bloodline is absolutely at an all-time high right now with Sami Zayn being a part of it. The honorary Ooze part of the storyline is absolute perfection, and I could not be more proud of what this whole storyline has become. The payoff for all of this is going to be absolutely tremendous. I don't know what it's going to be. I don't know if Sami Zayn is going to be the one to dethrone Roman. I don't know if Sami Zayn is going to be getting turned on by the bloodline and everything like that. I don't know what's going to happen, and that's what's really intriguing me the most. I think that's what's going to be absolutely hilarious about the whole thing. I think that's just really what's going to be bringing us on roller coaster of emotions. And I think that's what's really going to be impacting the shows moving forward. What is really going to be the payoff with Sami Zayn and the Bloodline? Sami Zayn is an honorary Uce, and Sami Zayn is easily the best part of the Bloodline right now. But we got to figure out what is really going on from here on out. Sami Zayn, Jey Uso, Jimmy Uso, Solo Sikoa, Roman Reigns, and the Wise Man and Paul Heyman. What is really going to be the issue and what is really going to be the downfall of Sami Zayn and the Bloodline? We are just going to have to wait and find out, but I am perfectly capable of waiting and seeing where all this could lead heading into the future. Basically, to WrestleMania, because I do believe that this all ends at WrestleMania some way, shape, or form. I don't know if Sami Zayn's going to be. Obviously, I think Sami Zayn's going to be out of the Bloodline by then, but this all culminates at WrestleMania. Somehow, some way, shape, or form, this all culminates at WrestleMania 39 this year. And I can't wait to see what happens. I really can. And I think it's just going to be an absolutely awesome experience trying to figure out where Sami Zayn lies. I love it. Absolutely love it. So it was just a great segment to kick off the show. And I think it was just, an awesome way to do it. I just didn't really understand the purpose of Riddle being out there. So we get a video package highlighting the events that happened at Extreme Rules, and then we kicked off the night tonight with Johnny Gargano taking on Austin Theory. And this was a pretty damn good matchup right here to kick off the show. It was about a 9-minute match just to, get the crowd going real quick. And we came back from commercial break as we see Gargano hit an enziguri onto Theory, followed by a spear from the apron to secure a close near fall. Theory then hit a super kick on Gargano. Gargano then hit a DDT onto Theory on the outside. Gargano then hit one final beat, DDT, onto Theory to secure the pinfall victory. Absolute perfectly ending right there. I loved it all. Theory loses again as Mr. Money in the Bank. But that's what happens with Mr. Money in the Banks. That's what happens to the Money in the Bank winner every single time. No matter whose era it is, no matter what booking, no matter who is booking the show, Mr. Money in the Bank loses basically every single match after winning the briefcase because apparently he can afford to take a loss. I don't really understand it. I don't really care for it. I don't get it. But that's what just happens. Now, Theory is going to be our champion at some point. I don't know why. I don't know how. It's just going to happen, right? But the fact that he just loses and loses and loses just to win the championship in the end, what the fuck is that going to really do? Is that really going to be showing me as a credible world champion? Is that going to be showing me that this guy, fought his ass off to get to where he is, to get to that world championship? I'd rather be seeing guys like Mr. Money in the Banks and everything like that win, win, and win to get to a championship when they finally cash it in and get what they rightfully deserve, and that is a championship. But nah, these guys just continue to lose and lose and lose. I don't know. It's just me. I guess it's just me. But again, I really don't know professional wrestling, right? I don't know. But guys, pretty dang good match there. Johnny Gargano was obviously going to win this match. I mean, come on now. It's Johnny freaking Gargano. But Johnny wins in about 9 minutes, getting that real started for Monday Night Raw. We kick things off with our next match, which was Rey Mysterio taking on Chad Gable. Pretty dang good matchup right here. It didn't really last long either. I'd say it was roughly around 10, 11 minutes. This match was. We were back from commercial as we see Ray hit a sitting senton onto Gable, followed by a tilt-a-whirl head scissors. Ray then sends Otis face first into the ring post, followed by a 619 onto Gable with a splash to secure the pinfall victory. After the match, Dominic from the Judgment Day enters the ring. Rhea gets on the apron, and Dominic then asks Ray to hit him and pushes him into the ring ropes. Dominic then slaps Ray. Ray then knocks Balor into Dominic. The rest of the Judgment Day were out at this point. They were going to try to do a 4-on-1 attack on Rey Mysterio, but Balor gets knocked into Dominic Mysterio from a tilt-a-whirl head scissors. Ray then goes for a 619 onto Balor, but Dominic hits Ray with a massive, massive short arm clothesline. Looked fucking vicious, bro. It was really good onto Rey Mysterio. Dominic then attacks Ray from behind. Dominic then hits a 619 onto Rey Mysterio, rubbing it in onto his father just a little bit more. I loved it. I loved it. The Judgment Day then are in the ring. Rhea Ripley says that the Judgment Day run Monday Night Raw. Damian Priest says that everyone who steps up to them will fail as they rise to the top. Balor then says that he stopped Edge's celebration. Balor says that he made Edge say the words "I quit." Balor then asked. Balor says that he is too legit to quit. Balor then shows everybody the replay of the match against Edge at Extreme Rules. Rhea says that Beth Phoenix, that is a joke. Dominic says that he loves seeing the devastation on his father's face. Balor then calls out AJ Styles. AJ then interrupts Balor and says that he's not looking for a fight. He's not looking to interrupt. He's not looking to really argue at this point. AJ says that he's been alone for far too long. And there comes a time where you need friends. There comes a time when you need family. AJ then hugs Balor. AJ then says he wasn't talking about Balor or the Judgment Day. Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson, that's right, the Good Brothers, make their way back to Monday Night Raw. They come out on the side of AJ Styles, and all 6 men are brawling inside the ring. What's going on, Jacko? They're all brawling inside the ring. AJ then spears Balor over the announce table, and Gallows and Priest are, hitting each other in the back with steel chairs. Gallows hits Priest in the back with a steel chair. Rhea and Dominic then retreat through the crowd as Balor retreats up the ramp. This is fantastic. I love the way that they reintroduced Gallows and Anderson to the fold. I love that they're doing this gang warfare between the OC and Gallows and Anderson and AJ Styles with the Judgment Day. I love that all. I think it's going to be a great thing, and we are going to be seeing a lot of different types of aspects and a lot of different types of matchups, really, when it comes to this warfare between the OC and the Judgment Day. I think it's going to be absolutely fantastic. I think we're going to be seeing great matchups from here on out, especially with this feud going on. And obviously, with Rey Mysterio and Dominic into the mix, we're going to be seeing a lot of that. And it's just going to be a great, great feud heading into the fall months. I loved it. I really do. I think it's just going to be an absolutely great way to end 2022. I loved it all. Really did. We then had our third match, which was Bayley taking on Candice LeRae. Now, I thought, and I tweeted this out, you guys can follow me on Twitter as I live tweet during the shows every single week. Now, with Candice LeRae going up against the leader of Damage Control in Bayley, I thought that we possibly could have seen another call up, but this time from NXT. I thought that if we were going to have Bayley win this match and Candice was going to be in a 3-on-1 attack, I thought a woman that has been ready since, probably like 3-4 years ago at this point to get a main roster call up from NXT Indy Hartwell, obviously, Indy Hartwell and Candice LeRae are very close to each other. They were a part of the Way in NXT. I thought that Candice could have gotten the help from Indy Hartwell. That didn't happen. Candice actually won the match. Uh, I don't. She won the match in like 6 minutes. It was absolutely insane. I didn't think she was gonna win this thing, but she did. Um, so we came back from commercial as we see Candice land a series of strikes onto Bayley in the corner. Bayley then works on Candice's knee, but Candice rolls up Bayley out of freaking nowhere to secure a pinfall victory. After the match, Damage Control then attacked Candice, so I was kind of getting it onto the right track here. I thought we could have seen uh, Indy Hartwell, but no, we see Bianca Belair. Bianca then attempts to make the save, but Damage Control take her out. Bayley then hits a knee to the face of Candice, and then Bayley hits an elbow from the middle rope to the back of Bianca Belair. And that was it. So it looks like we're still going to be continuing our thing with Bianca Belair and Bayley. I'm perfectly fine with that. I wanted Bayley to win the freaking championship on Saturday at Extreme Rules, but no, they don't do that. They don't do that. They have Bianca Belair look like freaking Super Cena, and they have her defeat basically all of Judgment Day in a ladder match. Basically a 3-on-1 ladder match, and Bayley wins. No, Bayley doesn't win. Bianca wins. How the fuck does that work? Bayley needs to be the Raw Women's Champion, one way or another. And I don't care where, I don't care how it happens, but Bayley should have been the Raw Women's Champion since Saturday. That's it. That's all. Now, if the storyline continues, Bayley needs to win the championship. But if we're not continuing this, which I do believe we still are, because we do have to wait until freaking, you know, Survivor Series and War Games to finish this off. Bayley needs to be walking into War Games as Raw Women's Champion. There's no if, ands, or buts about it. So I hope we get that. I really do, because if we don't, what the fuck is the purpose? What really is happening here? Bayley should be the Raw Women's Champion already, but we don't have that. I really hope she gets that championship. I really do. I really do hope we get this championship to Bayley and get it off of Bianca Belair, because I'm honestly fed up with it. I'm fed up with Bianca Belair being the Raw Women's Champion. She hasn't been, doing anything with the Raw Women's Championship. She needs to get that championship off of her. And honestly, Bianca needs to turn heel. Bianca needs to turn heel. She needs to get something out of the way. She needs to get this out of the way so we can figure all of this out, because Bianca Belair is just not interesting to me anymore. And I know I'm not the only one. I know I'm not the only one that is not interested in Bianca Belair anymore. So we gotta figure this out. Bayley should be the Raw Women's Champion. Plain and simple. That's it. We then have the Mrs. birthday celebration, and this was pretty cool. I mean, it's another Dexter Loomis segment with Miz. I mean, how cool can we get at this point now? I mean, I said it was pretty cool, but let's honestly, I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. It wasn't really all that cool. It was honestly kind of lame. Um, I think I'm kind of just fed up at this point with like what I'm trying to figure out with this whole Dexter Loomis situation. I'm honestly fed up because we don't have a freaking explanation as to why Loomis is going after Miz. Why is this happening? There needs to be an explanation. So Maurice, she's out into the ring, introduces the Miz for his birthday celebration. It was just there, right? It was just there to exist. I don't get it. I just really don't get it. So Miz then comes out with a baseball bat. Miz says that Maurice knows how to make him feel special. Right. I agree, Zay. I agree. Miz then reveals two giant red balls as his first gift. We're still going with the whole tiny balls thing, and I mean, we definitely are because the crowd in the Barclays Center chanted it tonight. So we're still doing the whole balls gimmick for the Miz. Miz then lifts up the gift to reveal Dexter Lumis's head. Miz then puts the present back on the Lumis's head before attacking it with a baseball bat repeatedly. Loomis then chokes out the Miz, causing Miz to retreat before sending Maurice into the birthday cake. Loomis then pops Miz's red balls with a knife. You see how fucking disturbing that sounds? It's just so. They're balloons. They're fucking balloons. Why can't they just call them what they fucking are? Pops the red balls or balloons with a knife before eating himself a piece of birthday cake. I'm done with this. I really am. I'm done with this. After that, Road Dogg then suggests Miz to fight Dexter next week. If Miz wins, Loomis is gone from the WWE forever. If Loomis wins, he gets a contract with the WWE. Miz accepts. Loomis is winning. Why would the Miz win? Why would the Miz win when Loomis just came back to WWE? It makes no sense. It just really makes no sense at all. Omos took on Robert and Joseph. Ace and Chico, I believe that's what they were calling themselves backstage when they were talking to DX. This match was like a minute. This match was like a minute long. Omos won. I don't give a shit. I really don't. Omos, there's a reason why he's in squash matches still, in handicap squash matches, 2 years into his WWE career. That's all they know him for. That's all they really think of him as. He is not good in the ring. He does not know how to fucking perform. He does not know how to wrestle. He does not know how to freaking walk inside of a square circle. The guy just does not know how to exist in professional wrestling without being in handicap matchup situations. The guy has no future in this company. I'm sorry. The guy has no future. Honestly, take him away from the business, take him away from television, or just don't you no, that's it. That's it. Just don't use him. Just don't use him. Take him away. Take him away from WWE television because the guy has no idea what the fuck he's doing in that ring. Just get him away. Go home. There's no reason for it. I'm sorry to be harsh. If that's harsh, I'm sorry. But the guy has no future here in this company. The guy doesn't know what the hell he's doing. They don't see him as anything else more than just handicap matchup situations. And that's it. What has he done outside of the handicap matchup situations that is anything of relevance? He's still in the handicap match situations even with MVP on his side. That's a problem to me. Another thing I had an issue with on the show tonight even though this was a good episode of Monday Night Raw, was WWE showed the entire Bray Wyatt segment from Extreme Rules. Why? Why? I can look that up on YouTube. I have it on my TikTok. I can watch it there. Why did we get the full segment back on Monday Night Raw? Why didn't we get Wyatt in a vignette? Why didn't we get Wyatt in a segment tonight? Why didn't we get Wyatt in front of the crowd talking to the fans after being away for so long? I want to see him. I want to hear him. I want to bask in, the return of Bray Wyatt in front of the WWE crowd again. Why didn't they use him? If I'm Barclays, if I'm the people in the Barclays Center, if I'm the crowd in Brooklyn, New York tonight, I would have been pissed. I would have been pissed. They paid their hard-earned money to go to the Barclays Center. They paid their hard-earned money to go to Monday Night Raw, to go see Bray Wyatt after an illustrious return to the WWE at Extreme Rules in that extreme fashion. No pun intended. In that fashion, right? And they don't even get to see him live. They just have to watch the return again on the big screen. I'm disappointed. I'm disappointed in WWE. They could have had something done. They could have done something. They could have done a video package. They could have done a vignette. They could have done something, right? But no, they didn't do anything. They just showed the return again. And I'm not about that. I don't like that. I think that's just lazy. That might just be me. And yes, I know we gotta keep Bray Wyatt special, but this would have been his first time in front of a WWE crowd, and you could have capitalized it because it's in New York, it's in the Barclays, it's in front of thousands of people, and you just wasted it on using the video from Extreme Rules of his full return. It's just disappointing. It's disappointing. They could have done so much more. I can't be the only one that thinks this way. I really can't be the only one that thinks this way. It was just disappointing. That's all I'm saying. We then had Bobby Lashley. He made his way to Monday Night Raw. He made his entrance. Lashley calls out Seth Rollins for his match for the United States Championship. But we didn't get Seth Rollins. We got Brock Lesnar. Brock Lesnar returns to Monday Night Raw. He comes out, and Brock tells Brooklyn that he is here, and Lashley, uh, he he asked Lashley, "How are you? Good evening," to Bobby Lashley, but he hits Lashley with an F5. Then Brock then hits a German suplex on the Lashley, followed by another F5 and a Kimura lock. The guy absolutely gets destroyed. The United States Champion is in shambles after a Brock Lesnar attack on Monday Night Raw. We then went to commercial break as Bobby Lashley is being carried to the back. Rollins says that Lashley said that he was a fighting champion, so he should get into this ring and fight for the United States Championship. Seth then says that Lashley is supposed to be a soldier. He is a disgrace to the United States. Lashley didn't take too kindly with this, and we had the United States Championship on the line. Now, before I go over the match, I want to say this. Brock Lesnar coming back to WWE was a perfect thing for two reasons and two reasons only. One, it gave them a perfect opportunity to take the championship off of Bobby Lashley due to an illogical booking reason. Honestly, it would have been a logical booking if we just saw randomly Seth Rollins taking the championship off of Bobby Lashley, just randomly, right? After a loss to Matt Riddle at the Fight Pit at Extreme Rules. It would have been just kind of illogical. But Brock Lesnar being back, it gave Rollins the opportunity to get back that championship, even if it had to have been in that way in form. The second reason is that we were supposed to get Brock Lesnar versus Daniel Cormier at Crown Jewel. We're not going to be getting that now. We're not. If Bobby Lashley is being attacked by Brock Lesnar, we're going to be getting Bobby Lashley versus Brock Lesnar at Crown Jewel. And I think that's going to be a lot better than what we were going to be getting in the first place. So I'm perfectly fine with that. Brock Lesnar and Bobby Lashley too at Crown Jewel. The last time they faced off uh was at the Royal Rumble. It's going to be a lot better. The match doesn't need a championship anyway. The match sells itself. And I think it's just going to be a way better situation than what we were going to be getting in the first place with Daniel Cormier and Brock Lesnar. So I'm perfectly fine with all of this. I thought it was a perfectly well thought out segment. I thought it was a great way to get the championship off of Lashley because Lesnar's not going after the United States Championship. Are you kidding me? Are you crazy? Nah. The match doesn't need a championship. I'm perfectly fine with this. Rollins winning the championship was 100% the correct move. We knew it should have happened, weeks ago. When the match was announced that Rollins was going to be taking on Lashley for the championship, we all said that Lashley was going to lose his championship to Rollins. We just didn't know how. Brock Lesnar was a perfect excuse to have Rollins win the championship, to have Lashley lose that title to get the crown jewel. So I'm perfectly fine with this. And I honestly thought that was really the only kind of way to go. So I liked it. I really did. Now going into the match was, it was pretty short for what it was, and honestly it should have been, considering that Lesnar got attacked by Brock freaking Lesnar. Right? So the match is like only 2 minutes long. As the match starts off with Lashley going for a spear, but Rollins turned it into a pedigree. I love that move every time that happens. A spear into a pedigree just works every time. And it gets the crowd so hyped. It secured a close near fall. Rollins then hit a frog splash from the top rope to secure yet another near fall. Lashley then hits a spear onto Rollins. Rollins then kicks the injured arm of Lashley, followed by two curb stomps for the win. And he is now our new United States champion. Great stuff there. Lashley then challenges Brock Lesnar to show up next week on Monday Night Raw in a backstage segment with Byron Saxon. Sounds good right there. I love it. I don't know what's going to be happening next week between Bobby Lashley and Brock Lesnar. We're obviously still going to be getting that build towards Crown Jewel. I like that. But we'll see where that goes there because meeting face to face on Raw next week, that's just going to be an absolute collision course. And I love that. We then had our main event, or our last matchup of the night. I still call that the main event, even if it's not the last segment that we see on the show. We have Riddle taking on Sami Zayn. Very good match to end the show. About a 16-minute matchup. You know, this was easily the longest match of the night. But after everything is all said and done, I think we had a really good main event for the show. Riddle and Sami Zayn. The Honorary Uso lost this match tonight due to Jey Uso. Just he just can't get on the same side as Sami Zayn. Every single time that Sami Zayn has some kind of control, Jey goes up onto the apron to try to help the man when he didn't even really need help. it was that type of a story, and we're going to be seeing a lot more of that hopefully on Friday Night SmackDown this coming week. Because earlier on in the night, when Roman was leaving with Solo, and he made Jay and Jimmy stay to help Sami Zayn win, he specifically said to Jay, "Help our honorary Uce win." He didn't. He did the opposite, actually. So we're going to be seeing a lot of things to come next Friday. Well, this coming Friday on SmackDown, and we're going to be seeing where things go. I love it. So I think this is a really good opportunity to just continue that build for Sami Zayn and Jey Uso, and I think that worked to absolute perfection tonight. So we come back from commercial break as we see Sami hit an elbow from the middle row. Riddle then hits an overhead kick onto Sami. Riddle then catches Zayn in mid-air with a knee to secure a near fall. Jay then tries to get another cheap shot on Riddle, but Sami stops him. Riddle then hits a floating bro onto Sami onto the outside as we go to another and final commercial break of the evening. We are back from commercial as we see both men collide with clotheslines. Riddle then hits an RKO on Sami out of frickin' nowhere, as usual, to secure a pinfall victory. In about 16 minutes, Riddle picks up the win there. Obviously, the Usos are not happy with Sami Zayn. Mainly Jay is not happy with Sami Zayn. But Sami Zayn is not really happy with Jay either, and Jimmy, he's just, he's the third guy in all of this. He's like, well, I don't know what the fuck to do. This is my brother. It's the honoraries. I don't know what the fuck they want me to do. I'm trying to keep this family good. I'm trying to keep this family together, close knit. It's just not working. I feel bad for Jimmy and all of this. He's just trying to figure all of this out, and his brother and the honoraries are just fighting with each other. It's just a great story. I love it all. I love the story between Jay, Jimmy, and uh, Sami Zayn. I just love it all. Sami Zayn is legitimately the interesting and really the only interesting part of the bloodline. This whole story between Sami, Jay, and Jimmy, and just the whole bloodline story is just really interesting. It's really intriguing. And I just really love what they're going to be doing moving forward. This all culminates at WrestleMania. We just got to figure out how. I love it. I just love it. It's just going to be great. I just love it all. Final segment of the night. DX, they make their entrance. X-Pac gives a shout out to China. And Road Dogg gives a shout out to New Age Outlaws with Billy Gunn. Does the New Age Outlaws catchphrase. And the crowd does Billy Gunn's part because Billy Gunn's not there. He's signed with AEW, so he couldn't be there. I'm pretty sure he could have been there, but they just didn't have him there for some reason, I guess. Triple H asked Brooklyn if they are ready. No, I said, are you ready? Obviously, the crowd is ready. Triple H thanks the fans for loving them for 25 years. Sean says, and I quote, if we are back 25 years from now, just put us out of our misery. The crowd laughs. Everybody in DX laughs. And Raw ends with DX celebrating in the ring. It was just very short and simple. It wasn't really anything too extravagant. I thought this is where we could have seen Bray Wyatt, actually. I thought we could have seen Bray Wyatt in physical form attacking DX to end the show, just to leave us on a cliffhanger. But no, we just ended on a happy note. I wasn't mad at it. I just thought we could have seen Bray Wyatt here. That would have been a great way to introduce Bray Wyatt into Friday Night SmackDown. I don't know. There were just some missed opportunities tonight. I feel that's just all. Well, I thought tonight's show was really good. I thought Monday Night Raw was a real good show. It felt like a Raw after WrestleMania. It felt like a really good, a big show that you just can't miss, especially with it being the season premiere. I just felt like there were just some missed opportunities. And you win some, you lose some at the end of the day. You could have had stuff there, you could have had stuff there. But overall, it was a pretty damn solid show. So I really don't think that it was really anything too upsetting about it. It's just really, it just had its ups, it's had its downs. And at the end of the day, even though it was a very solid Monday Night Raw, they could have some stuff. They could have done some stuff better. That's all. But guys, that's it. That's it for your Monday Night Raw post show right here on Outside the Brand. If you guys liked it, make sure to hit that thumbs up. Make sure to subscribe. Make sure to turn on the bell for all notifications. Go get the merch at bonfire.com, the exclusive home of Outside the Brand and its merchandise. You guys can go check out anything you may have missed on the channel. Follow us on all social medias. All the TikTok links are down in the description below. And I'll see you guys tomorrow for Tuesday's talk. I'll talk to you guys soon. Peace.